You know, I'm not from Hollywood. I've been in Hollywood for a while, but I'm from Chicago, right? Don't clap for Chicago. Don't be in it, man. And when you've been in Hollywood for a minute and you go home, right? It's like going into a time warp. Nothing has changed. Like you're the only person that's evolved, right? You get home, the first person I run into is my grandmother. And she always greets me the same way. She has a unique perspective on life. Everything is wonderful. So she approached me. Oh, guy, you gonna go down to the comedy club and tell a joke and make the people laugh? That's wonderful, guy. That's absolutely wonderful. What you gonna do after that? Well, I was thinking about smoking some of this weed with my friends, Grandma. Oh, that's wonderful. You got some rolling papers for that? You got a bong for that? Can I hit that? No, Granny, I don't think you get none of this chronic. Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, the chronic? Pass that shit. And trust me, do not pass your weed to your grandmother. You will not get your shit back. And you won't see her for 2 months. And my grandfather's there, and that's a totally different story, right? Like the hearing is fading. So like you can't have a normal conversation with him. Like you go to him here, Grandpa, Granny wants you to go down to the store and get some wheat checks. Oh, say your granny want me to go to a whole house and give me some cheap sex. Well, I'm gone. And I don't know about your granddad, but my grandfather's the type of dude like to tell the old war stories like at every family dinner. So like on Thanksgiving, he just set it off in the middle of the dinner. When I was in the Marines, after Pearl Harbor, I shot 500 Japanese with 1 bullet. God damn it, it's true. Ask your grandma if she was with me. And Granny tried to bail him out. Oh, it was wonderful. We was in a foxhole, there were little Japanese running everywhere. You ain't got to bail it out. He can't remember, Granny. He can't remember. And then I have an uncle, right? My Uncle Buster, he's always there. I don't know about your family, but every family, every black family has a dude that never like moved out the house and got a job and still live in the basement. That's him. And he think it's 1975 still. So when he talk like, baby, play me like a mark, sucker, you dig, jive, turkey motherfucker. How about that Starsky her shit was canceled? I mean, people do not talk like this, right? You can't take this dude nowhere. I took him to Kentucky Fried Chicken. This is time to order. He lost his fucking mind. Let me get some neck bones with some extra gravy, baby. Show you right, baby. How about they do not sell neck bones at Kentucky Fried Chicken? This dude used to be cool. Like when we were kids, he was cool. He wore the big hats and the long collar shirts and the bell-bottom pants. He was cool to us, right? And he would come to the house, and when he would come, he would like, get off the bus. I did say bus. And we'd be looking out the window, and like whenever he would start walking, it's like music would start playing. Like he'd get off the bus and... Then he crossed the street. It's cool, right? Now he's 61 years old with an 18-month-old baby. How's that for responsible? You know I'm gonna have to take care of that goddamn baby. And this is a dude that drinks Old English 800 out of a mug that says #1 dad on it. I love it though, man. I love going home. You gotta go at least once a year. I love going home because I get to take my kids to the house. I have 3 kids. Clap for my kids, don't be ignorant. Between the ages of 7 and 8. So if you're good at math, you can figure out how fucked up that is. And you ever know somebody have multiple kids? There's always 1 or 2 kids that are a little fucked up. Like one of my sons, he got like a speech therapist, right? He's all right, he's doing good, but it don't work when we go home to Chicago. Because your kid will say macaroni and cheese, and that's what it sounds like. My kid is saying it sound like macaroni and cheese. My grandfather heard that, he's like, you say you want a woman to get down on her knees? That's what I'm talking about. That's my boy. And I have twin boys, and the other one, that's that kid that like to play with his penis all the time in public and embarrass the shit out of you. that perverted kid. So my wife was like, we should take him to a child psychologist. The child psychologist was like, well, what you need to do is let him continue to behave and express himself, because what he's doing is actually completely normal. Where was this bitch when I was a kid? I don't know about your house, but in my house, masturbation was a crime. And my grandfather was a detective. If you was in the bathroom for more than 5 minutes, they would send him. And he'd come knocking on the door. What you doing in there, boy? You ain't in there pumping, is you? Well, I guess not now. See, I can't wait because I get to do the sex education for my kids, like my sons especially, you know, because most dudes in here, you know, dudes, you got glory days, right? Before you got in a relationship, glory days, you want to tell them about that. Like when you first start dating. Because I wanted to be Mr. International. When I first started dating, I started dating the Latinas. Y'all get pregnant way too fucking easy. Didn't nobody tell me that shit, Chief. You got to double up the protection, you're going to get some Latina shit. You shake their hand, they get pregnant. You walk up, hey, beautiful Latina, how you doing? All of a sudden, the baby pop out. Papi! You be, what the fuck? And I had a typical black mother. She didn't like that. She heard about it. Black mothers want you to date black women. So I did. Dating black women like having a second job. You got to punch the clock. Pack a lunch. Black women demanding. You can make love to a black woman for 8 hours. And when it's over, she be like, is that all you got? Yes. Take your ass to sleep or make me a sandwich or something. Put some mayonnaise on that bitch. Matter of fact, move, the T.O. show about to come on. Move. Let's see what's going to happen this week. And I dabbled in the white women. I did. White women are the black man's kryptonite. There's black dudes in here right now that are like, someone please help me. Fading fast, help. Did you get the subliminal message in that movie, King Kong? Did you see that movie? Subliminal message? Think about it. Big black King Kong is captured in the jungle. And they bring him to this country and they make him a slave. Oh, because he wanted a little tiny ass white woman. Remember King Kong fell off the Empire State Building, remember that? And my friend was like, hey man, it was them planes. It was all them little planes around. I was like, what them goddamn planes? King Kong committed suicide. Because he figured out his dick was too big to fit in that little tiny white woman. Ooh. Shit. So I've been married for about 9 years now. I've been married for 9 years. My wife is in the back. But let me tell you something, I'm sure she would agree on this. Married sex is different than single sex. When you're single, you can do whatever you want. You can ask your girl for whatever you want and she will comply, right? She's still trying to earn her spot. So you could ask your girl to walk around naked and she'll do it. Yeah, baby, yeah. Right? Man, marriage sex is highly efficient. Especially if you have kids, you got to like get in and get out real quick. And women who are married learn to concentrate, like they learn to focus so they can get theirs. My wife concentrates so hard, she don't even look at me no more during the sex. And I still try to get her attention too. I'm like, you like that, baby? You like that? You like that, baby? You like that? You like that, baby? And she's like, oh, keep it going. Ooh. 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 Oh, thank you. What the fuck? Give me that Xbox, fuck it. married and you like to make all that noise during your sex and talk all crazy, and you have kids, do not assume that your kids do not hear you. Because they do. I found out in Target. I had my son in the shopping cart. We was getting ready to pay. All of a sudden, my son to me, Daddy? What, son? You like that, Daddy? You like that? Does it feel good, Daddy? Does it feel good? Is that all you got, Daddy? Is that all you got? Well, shut your ass up and get inside the car.